Welcome to Man at the Tap, a podcast from Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Thursday, September the 4th, 2025, in the 12th week after Pentecost during this season of ordinary time. This is a time for us to live an extraordinary disciplined life as we grow spiritually. The lectionary reading is from the first book of the Old Testament, Genesis, and it recounts the story of Joseph, a well-known figure to most Bible readers. As a teenager, Joseph was a dreamer, and he was his father Jacob's favorite son. And Jacob gave him a colorful garment, and his 10 older brothers despised him. And when his father sent him to check on their well being, they saw it as their opportunity to get rid of him. They debated among themselves whether to kill him or not. Instead, they assaulted him, then sold him to some merchants who brought him into Egypt, where he was bought by Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's officials, the captain of the guard. The favored son now became a slave in a foreign land. The lectionary reading is Genesis chapter 39. Potiphar was impressed with Joseph and his loyalty, so he promoted him to oversee his household, trusting him with everything in the house and in the fields. Joseph was a handsome man, and Potiphar's wife started to harass him, trying to tempt him into sleeping with her. He refused her many times, but one day he went into the house to do his duties, unaware that there were no servants inside. Potiphar's wife seized the opportunity to grab Joseph by his garment, insisting that he sleep with her. But he ran out of the house, leaving his garment in her hand. When she realized it was in her hand, his garment, and he was outside, she shouted to her servants, accusing Joseph of trying to seduce her. She told them he attempted to make love to her, but she yelled as loudly as she could, which caused him to leave his garment beside her, and he ran outside. When her husband Potiphar returned home, she slightly changed the story, accusing her husband of bringing a Hebrew slave into the household, whom she claimed had tried to sleep with her. But she screamed, and when Joseph heard her calling for help, he ran out of the house and left his garment behind. Then she added, "Is this how your slave is treating me?" Potiphar was furious with his wife's accusation about Joseph, and he had Joseph thrown into prison. But the prison warden was so impressed with Joseph that he promoted him, making him responsible for everything that happened there in the prison. Joseph was wrongly accused and imprisoned without the chance to defend himself. However, this chapter of Joseph's life, we see the repeated phrase, "The Lord was with Joseph and blessed him." This was a difficult time for Joseph, but he was aware of the Lord's divine presence and blessings. What lessons can we take from Joseph's story? The Lord was with him through his moments of abandonment, betrayal, and despair. The Lord cared for Joseph, and the Lord cares for us. So I encourage you today, nothing escapes the watchful eye of the Lord.